What's up there, Black family? This is Kevin Wharton Price of the Africa Town Coalition. I am out here with my main man,
KATLEGO, my single.
and we're going to be, this is sort of like part two. It's sort of like part two of the discussion that we had a few days ago about the American descendants of slavery movement slash concept. And so, what I want to do today is, we're going to, well, first, I just want to say, I want to thank everybody who participated last time. I wanted to kind of give people just a couple of moments to get here, to see, give people a couple of moments to get here. And my man is ready. You can see his face. He got his war face on. He's ready. He's gonna hit you with this information. And I hope you are going to be, informed, because that is the objective of this platform right now. We're not saying that we are experts in the field. We're not saying that we've done years of research, which some of us have done years of research. But basically what we're saying is that the people need to be educated. The people need to be informed. We are here to answer questions in regards to the ADOS movement and reparations. One of the things that we have to understand is that reparations has been around for a while. The ADOS movement is an opportunity to clarify a lot of the sticky points that we have, in this movement. And it has been a movement for a long time. So it's not new. This is new. The ADOS movement is new. But the whole argument about reparations has been around for quite some time. So it is our job to share information and knowledge, and to give our community, a diverse view at this topic, so that we can make a more informed decision. This is a grassroots view. This is a grassroots view. This is the grassroots discussion. And I hope to have a few panel discussions going soon regarding this topic as well. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my partner here, and he's going to take it away.
Hello, my name is KATLEGO, my single from Africa Town Coalition. Today I will talk about 3 topics today based off the ADOS reparations. My first topic I will talk about is how the Caribbean descendant slaves got their reparations from Britain last year, $200 million from Britain. And my question is to them is that I respect y'all. Y'all doing a real good job, and I'm proud of y'all that y'all got your reparations from Britain during the post-national slave trade. But this is American descendants of slaves reparations we got to deal with here in America. Just like y'all had your own reparations, and I respect that too, because we black people, we ADOS accepted y'all, and we said we glad that y'all got your reparations from the Caribbean, and we all made videos on social media, on mainstream media, talk about that. We glad that y'all got your reparations and issues. Now, what my question is too is that I don't know why y'all are against us when it comes to this ADOS issue, because when y'all was getting reparations and passing suing Britain from getting reparations, we was with y'all. All we need y'all do is show your support, like we did us when you got y'all $200 million reparations. Also, is I know some of y'all on social media, on mainstream media, want to talk about how this is anti-immigrant. Once again, we are not anti-immigrant. We just addressing our issues and problems domestically, and we've been dealing with this beast here in America.
Well, let me ask you a question though, because I see you have this. It's the Glasgow University to pay reparations for 200 million extracted from region.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give us an overview of what that article is saying there, so we'll know where did the reparations come from and so forth.
Well, the reparations came from that the Jamaican government sued Britain during for the slavery, for reparations of slavery, for not treating them right and fair during the post-Atlantic slave trade, like Haiti. It was a couple other Caribbean countries like Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad, Puerto Rico. It's a whole lot of the whole Caribbean islands sued the country of Britain, the United Kingdom, to get reparations. And just this last year, the British government gave the Caribbean governments $200 million exactly to help their people in their countries. And that's CDOS, which is Caribbean Descendants of Slaves.
Hold on. What did you say? How much money you say?
$200 million.
Where did you see that at?
Right here. It said they paid the Jamaicans and the whole Caribbean islands $200 million.
What is that right?
200 million. Yep.
What does that say?
Right here.
What does it say right here?
It's planning to pay. Yep. Reparations for 200 million, approximately 34 billion taken from the Caribbean. So it was $34 billion have been taken from the Caribbean, but the British government is giving the $200 million out the $34 billion taken from the Caribbean. But we support that though. But these Caribbeans got to show us support because we support them on this reparation issue though. But we American descendants of slaves and to make videos, just making videos about that's divisive. That they don't want to include ADOS in their stuff. We then make videos disrespecting their movement about getting reparations from Britain. So because when Africa or the Caribbean had their separate reparations issues, we support that.
Do we really? How do we? I didn't even know anything about the reparations coming up. So let's not make sweeping claims on all of us.
All right.
Okay. What's the next topic?
Well, the next topic is about this African woman named Dr. Mumbi. I try to find the video how Dr. Mumbi was as African. She did a video about Will Maya from Ghana. He came to Kenya.
Who is that on the screen right
This is a Phil Vice Show TV, but her name is Dr. Mumbi. They have
open the whole thing up.
All right. This right here is Dr. Moon right here. This is a Vice Show TV. I'll try to look at her on her channel. I'm gonna put her channel up in a second on, but this is her video she did a few months back in September when it comes to talking about African Americans, which is the American descendant slaves, how she views how she feel about ADOS in America, or how it was this African went to Kenya and he did a video he interviewed him on the O'Shea he interviewed him and he was talking about he had a Chinese girlfriend, but it was after ADOS came and saying he's a coon, he a sellout because he's not really for African people, black people. If you got Chinese,
and who is this person?
This is no,
not her. Who is they talking about?
Will Maya. He's from Ghana.
Why, let's do this here. Why don't you come back and do a separate thing on that so you can go and do a little research, get all the facts together, get all the people together. But the reason why you brought the sister up was because her statements was what?
It was anti-ADOS.
Right. And in what way?
About just downgrading us, saying that we too divisive. We always want to call people that don't have a non-black girlfriend coons and sellouts. Well, my question is to Dr. Mubi is that why she not know ADOS, so she don't understand the plight and our struggles that we went through in this part of the region in America. They struggles, our slavery is more, when we went to worse in this country than any other black country went to. Our slavery was worse than Brazil. We've been to Jim Crow, the civil rights era, sharecropping. We've been Tuskegee experience. We've been through so much in this country that none of these black immigrants in this country been through.
Okay.
And we have the right to have our own separate identity within America to get reparations specifically for 400 plus years of slavery, and it's still going on to this very day.
Okay. Well, one of the things that's important is that, this generation of young people have an opportunity to express their views and to, share their conclusions based upon what they see within the world. And I mean, so this brother's given his view, and it's a view of a lot of young people, and not just young people, but some older people as well. So this is a very important opportunity. So don't just dismiss what's being said. Place it in the proper context. Okay, continue.
Yeah, well, about
Well, let me ask you a question right here.
Mhm.
So she's from what? South Africa?
yes, he from Kenya.
She's from Kenya.
Yes, Dr.
Okay.
Moore's from Kenya. Yes,
All right. Same country as Obama's father.
yes.
Okay. So I mean, I think that once we have enough dialogue, see, to me, I think once we have enough dialogue, I think that people will begin to understand that this situation is less threatening. It is less threatening to the diaspora than what some people might be, portraying it to be. I think that as our experts began to communicate with each other, within the Pan African community, when they began to hack up the agenda and really lay out what it is that we're going to be putting forth. I think that as that process goes forward, we're going to develop a better understanding, we're going to develop a better understanding of the type of relationship that we need to have. You see what I'm saying? If we would have had a relationship that was just based upon harmony, then that's all good. It's a lot of different things that's going on. But what was the third topic you said you had? You had one more topic.
Well, the third topic I want to talk about is that
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Yes.
Now, hold on. Before you get to that Bernie Sanders topic, what is the importance of Bernie Sanders and people like Bernie Sanders in this conversation?
Well, it's very important that when it comes to ADOS reparations for our people here in America, it's very, very crucial, important that we not fall for the same okie dokie about these Democrats, how they finessed us for the last 50-something years about voting for them, but we don't never get nothing out of it. We black people, we ADOS are saying, if y'all don't have a specific agenda for our people here in America, we ain't voting for y'all. We don't care if you're black or white. That's all we saying. No black agenda, no black vote.
So Bernie Sanders?
Well, Bernie Sanders asked a question about, he was on CNN, asked a question about, it was an important, it was a independent black journalist that asked Bernie Sanders on CNN, what are you going to do for descendants of slaves here in America? He started buck dancing, jiving around the question and started talking about distress communities. And then the sister rephrased him and said, we don't want you to hear what you're going to do for other people's communities. We're going to do specific for the ADOS people, descendants of slaves, the American descendants of slaves, that people that have been through Jim Crow, the civil rights eras, people that have been through sharecropping, the Tuskegee experiments. And then he went around the question, he got mad, he left, and then there was another sister that asked him the same question, and he started getting mad, he started getting mad, wanted to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I understand you were saying earlier that Bernie Sanders supported reparations for the Jewish community and about 5 years ago?
Yes, he supported reparations to get Jewish people. I heard that it then passed through the Congress and through the House because the Republicans control the House and the Congress. Yeah, this is a video through a Vice Show TV. He breaks it down a little bit of how Bernie Sanders don't support the ADOS movement right here. And then he talked about, put the video up real quick. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and show y'all a little bit what he talked about too.
Open it all the way.
Turn the volume up a little bit.
As we continue to look at all the candidates that's going to be running for president, we are keeping our message very
just go to the
clear
point that's talking about
that
Bernie
they
Sanders.
must have a black. All his denials of reparations.
You're find a way to do that, reparations. Well, like this, I agree. Well,
Go to the
so
beginning.
you went to the word reparations? But read
All
what
the
she
way to
said,
the
what does that
beginning, right
mean?
There you go. That's a video about Bernie Sanders right
there.
there.
Reparations. I asked the question because Elizabeth Warren, Julian Castro, they've indicated they want
What does
this.
that mean? What do they mean? I'm not sure that anyone's very clear. What I've just said is that I think we must do everything that we can to address the massive level of disparity that exists in this country.
I'll tell you what they mean, because Elizabeth Warren has said black families have had a much steeper hill to climb. We need systematic structural changes to address that. Julian Castro has said, I have long thought that this country would be better off if we did find a way to do that, reparations.
Well, I agree with what Elizabeth said.
So you would support reparations?
But read what she said. What does that mean? She means, I think, I don't want to put words in her mouth, is what I said. Okay?
But African Americans are starting to call for.
And this is another video where Bernie Sanders asks a lot of these white people about what his stance against ADOS reparation. This is his response. This is one of the candidates right here too that we voted for every year for past 50-some years.
Why not support reparations then?
What do you mean by reparations?
By reparations.
And the Democrat Republican Party, Democrat Party is no different from the Republican Party. You got the left wing, the right wing, and some white supremacy. We just the ADOS reparations stands. Let me rephrase it. The ADOS reparation is a threat to the white power structure in America. It's a threat to white supremacy. Then I'm gonna fast forward to the bill that he trying to co-sign, trying to get into Congress.
Bill that he was pushing for. Now it says a bill to ensure that the courts of the United States may provide an impartial forum for claims brought by United States citizens and others against any railroad organized as a separate legal entity arising from the deportation of United States citizens and others to Nazi concentration camps on trains owned or operated by such railroad and by the heirs and survivors of such persons. Now, Charles Chuck Schumer, he sponsored that bill, okay? Now, you may say, well, what Bernie Sanders has to do with this one? If we go to details here,
give about another minute, and then I'm gonna stop it. Y'all a little bit about what kind of stuff Bernie Sanders supports. Now he don't support ADOS.
Co-sponsored this bill, okay? And
Remember, the Democrat Party is none but the white supremacists. White supremacists is none but the left wing of white supremacy.
So it's
no different than Republican with white wing and white
The
supremacy.
Holocaust Rail Justice Act grants U.S. District Court's original jurisdiction over any civil action for damages for personal injury or death that arose from deportation of persons to Nazi concentration camps between January 1, 1942.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there and see this issue about ADOS reparations is serious. If ADOS don't get this reparation issue done right now, we're gonna have to wait a long time for us to get our piece of issues. Everybody got their reparations in America. Time for ADOS, American descendants of slaves, to get their reparations in America.
Okay. All right. So wrapping all that up, what else would you like to share with us?
Well, I want to share a little bit of information about, let this be a learning lesson to ADOS people here in America, is that we don't have no allies, we don't have no friends. We black people stay focused. I know we black people, all of us is on code right now. The sleeper giant within Black America has woken up. We black people got to stay on code in America. It's ADOS reparation issues. This is a main topic with our people here in America, and we got to stay on code on this issue. If we don't, then we might not never get this right in the near future. We got to stand strong on this ADOS reparation issue. Stand strong on, we don't care who don't like us, who dislike us, because you see it now that these people don't care nothing about us. That's why I agree with the term ADOS, separate ourselves from all these other groups, all these other races, because they struggles ain't our struggles, and their ancestors have been through the same struggles that our ancestors have been through in this country over 400 plus years. Okay,
now, what you just said right there, I have to play the devil's advocate right here for a second, because what you said right there is sort of like, that sort of like gets under people's skin when you say nobody understands the experience that we've gone through and so forth in this country. And, one of the things that, opponents of ADOS is that, we are disconnecting ourselves from the experience of all African people out there, in the world. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Well, I feel that we not disconnecting ourselves, because remember though too is that when Marcus Garvey tried to bring Pan-Africanism to Jamaica, his own people didn't want to accept him.
Well, but Marcus, that has nothing to do with slavery.
Yeah, slavery. I'm gonna point it out though. I'm gonna redirect it. See, slavery is very significant here in America though too, because we've been through Jim Crow. If you look at our receipts, the
question that I am asking you is, you made a statement that they don't, they don't understand our experience
Yeah.
here in America.
Uh-huh.
Slavery was all over the world. Okay, slavery is just unique to each geographical location. You know, each people will say that my slavery was worse than your slavery, but a lot of people are arguing right now. That's not important. Whose slavery was worse? The fact remains: who is responsible for paying the reparations to the people on the land? That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
We're not talking about a global reparations agenda right now. We're talking about an American reparations agenda right now.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Yeah, well, the ADOS reparations agenda, the Europeans in America owe us reparations for all the 100-some years of free labor in this country. They owe us reparations, ADOS, but they owe us reparations for a whole lot of stuff, not only just slavery. They owe us reparations for sharecropping, where they bombed all the Black Wall Streets in the South. They owe us reparations for a whole lot of stuff. Our reparations in America, slavery plus Jim Crow, all that stuff pays up to trillions of dollars.
Okay.
They owe Black America, the American descendant slaves, trillions of dollars. These white people owe us trillions of dollars reparations during the slavery days that we went through in this country. And also, I'm gonna mention something about is that not only the Europeans had a part of the post-Atlantic slave trade in America, a lot of West African countries had a part of the post-Atlantic slave trade here in America too, as well too. For example, too, one of the countries that had part of the post-Atlantic slave trade was Nigeria. They brought slaves over here to America, Ghana, what was that? Cameroon, not Cameroon, was the whole West African region, and Ethiopia. They brought slaves over here to America. So they owe Black people reparations too. If not in money,
You say that they brought slaves over?
Yes, it's
so the Ethiopians. You have documentation that the Ethiopians brought themselves, sailed slaves over here to America.
Yes, but I got to do research.
Okay, well,
I got to do
then
some more
pull
research.
that up then, and let's make that a topic of another video.
All right, we're going to make that another video, yes. But it's actually documentation proof that Ghana have a monetary, they have sites where they sold Black people as slaves at. So it's proof of Ghana, Nigeria, that guy. And also the chief of Ghana said, the chiefs of Ghana and Nigeria admitted that they sold Black people to slaves in America. So they need to call about reparations too, but that's another topic. We deal with the ADOS reparations about how these white people supposed to call up some compensation for the hundreds of years of slavery and degradation in this country here in America.
Okay. All right. Well, you've heard it. This is a very, very, very polarizing topic. You have a lot of Black people that are in disagreement with each other as a result of this topic. But the main thing is that, reparations has been on the table in America for a long time. It's a shame that so many of our ancestors have gone on, not even realizing the bigger argument that was to come, And so I think that, if anything, we owe our ancestors an opportunity, what I'm saying, to at least be laid to rest in regards to this issue right here. I think that we should stay on this issue until it bears fruit. I think that we should make sure that we are not destroying bridges. We're not destroying bridges. We don't want to destroy bridges. This is not about us versus Caribbeans. It's not about us versus anybody other than these white devils. That's it. Okay, that's it. We have all been victimized by this one group of people, and so as we go here in America, the rest of the world is going to go. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. So my argument is going to be throughout this entire discussion is, how do we move to how do we convince the Pan-African world to just accept Black people in America, ADOS, getting reparations, support our movement, and then once we get the reparations, now, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to take it to Europe? We're going to take it to China? No, we're coming to Africa. Now there's an opportunity for us to solidly build a foundation that can't be torn down. And that's what it's about. If we dilute what is happening right now, we're going to get crumbs. And there are people out there who want us to get crumbs. There are people out there right now who are ADOS, and they hate themselves so much. They have been scarred so deeply and so viciously by this system of white supremacy that they can't even see themselves being successful like this, see themselves building a nation. There was a topic on one of these videos where one of the comments is that we have not had experience in building a nation and running a nation. This is what a brother from Africa said, that they have fought wars and they've, had to balance economies and all of this, and I'm not going to argue that because I don't want to get into that type of discussion. Since the founding of this country, we have had our folks in government building stuff, inventing, and so forth. Right now, today, we have qualified people here in America that can run a government. We have a group. We have a educated, trained group of people who have been in government for a long time, and they know how to run a White House. Who do you think run the White House? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think really runs the White House? You might have white supremacy making all the shots politically and so forth, but Black people run the White House, and we're always there doing all the conversations. And we have the generals and other people and the Congress people and the people in the House and so forth. So we could figure it out with a little help from our brothers and sisters over there on the continent. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about us not knowing how to run a government. It's about when the resources are available, how are we going to join hands across the ocean and build a government, together. So that's really my thoughts. I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to bring this platform out. I wanted to start having this discussion because it's necessary. Reparations is coming whether we like it or not. Are we going to control it, or is the white supremacists going to control it? And people who are not ADOS, are they going to be the ones to control it? Okay. Obama had an opportunity. Obama could have helped push forward HR 40 when he was in office, but he didn't. So the question is, now, like I said, after all this has come out and things have been put in perspective, we really begin to see why in his first term he decided to go on the side of Israel versus going on the side of Black Americans, who should have we should have had our reparations issue addressed in the United Nations when he was in office. But I guess that wasn't to be because this solution and this thing, this deal, this everything that has to happen, really has to happen between us and white people, unless we get a brother or a sister from Watts, what I'm saying? Somebody that, from deep in Alabama or Arkansas or something, where we know that your ancestors were slaves, that your ancestors got whipped, you understand what I'm saying? That you have that nightmare every once in a while, not knowing why you feel a certain way. Let that be the president that gives us reparations.
And also, too, one thing I'm bringing about Barack Obama's not ADOS.
Yeah, remember we talked about him last time.
Yeah, we did.
And go ahead, though, tell him why.
Well, Obama's not ADOS. He's not. Obama, his dad was Kenyan and his mom was a white woman.
Okay, don't have to say no more.
All right.
We ain't got to say no more. Kenyan, white woman. Simple. Okay, so there's no disrespect in that because his wife, ADOS, so I mean they get the benefits, but we ain't got to worry about them anyway because they got plenty of benefits for the rest of their life. He already knew that. But here's another thing too, for all of you people who don't like this whole reparations thing. And I'm not even going to use ADOS because ADOS is really just a way of defining a group of people within this mass of people. So we're basically talking about reparations. But if the issue of slavery was not that important, then why I really want to say something else, but why in the hell would Obama leave us a fucking slave museum? What was that all about? He could have left us an institution or something. He could have left us a Department of Black Affairs or something. He could have left us anything but a damn museum, a slave museum, you know? And I actually know somebody who went to that museum, and she was pretty excited and enthusiastic about her trip to that museum, you know? So our first Black president, but non-ADOS president, left us a slave museum, okay? I mean, what was that, some kind of joke? I don't know. But since you did that, I'm going to talk about that every opportunity that I get. And I want you to understand that this country on every level owes Black people who built this here, who slaved in those plantations, who picked that cotton, who created that cotton gin, who fought in those wars, you know, who nursed their babies, you know, had them on the tit and all of that, you know. Yeah, we deserve that. So we're not here to bash any other, like the Caribbeans or the Jamaicans, or we're not here to put anybody down. You know, we're not here to insult anybody. We're not here to do any of that, okay? What we're merely saying is, as painful as it seems to be, and we knew that it was a painful situation. We knew that we really had a precarious situation, okay? We knew that. We've been talking about this thing for a long time. We've been talking about how Jamaicans treat Blacks here in America. We've been talking about how the immigrants treat Blacks here in America. We've been talking about this topic, people, for a long time. So we cannot say that this is a new insulting topic to us, because it's really not, okay? It's been a part of our existence for a while. Okay, so now the thing is today is simple, is that we have an opportunity right now to make a major political move, and we need your support. Okay, that's what we do. We need your support. We need the support of the immigrant population. We need the support of the Pan-African community. We need the support of our Belizean brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? Because as we go in here in America, so is the rest of the world. As we go, so will the rest of the world. So I think we're living in good times right now. I mean, my partner right here, you know, he's very passionate about what he believes. We've had a lot of discussions about this. We continue to have discussions out in the community, and we want to bring you some of those on-site conversations real soon. We're going to be having a few done through the week, and you know, maybe at the end of the week we're going to bring some of that and let you check it out, you know, see what people on the streets are saying, because that's very important, you know, very important. If the mass majority of people, Blacks in this country, ADOS, feels that they don't want reparations, and I guess, I don't know, I want mine, so I don't know. If y'all decide y'all don't want yours, that's just y'all, but I want mine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you got to say?
Well, I got a closing. What I got to say too is that.
In closing,
what I got to say too is that once he said that we ain't anti nobody. We just want our piece of the pie like everybody else do. If we deserve it, we rightfully deserve it. We built this country. We built the White House. We contribute to a lot in this country. So we want our piece of the pie like everybody else stole from ADOS that they rightfully deserve. Yep.
That piece of that pie, boy.
Like the civil rights, that was meant for ADOS. The affirmative action was meant for ADOS, not immigrants. Immigrants wasn't in this country during the time we ADOS went to Jim Crow and the civil rights era. So these immigrants getting with Dr. Clint Anderson saying these immigrants getting unearned benefits off the backs of AD West.
That's
And
right.
we AD West are saying we will not allow none of these other groups, none of these other races, none of these other people to go to benefit off the backs of AD West. Them days are over.
Well, but listen now, because see, what is actually being proposed is a New Deal. Okay, see, now that's what he said. I'm not totally saying what he's saying. What I'm saying is we can make a deal, and the entire Pan-African community can benefit from us. But let us make the deal first. Let us make the deal. And then once we make the deal, there'll be enough money in the pot. We'll probably be able to pay off about 2 or 3 national debts of an African country. Okay? You know, because we're talking about 10 trillion at least. I know people get talking when you talk about trillion. Oh, Americans in debt and all of this and woo, woo, woo. All that's fake. Don't nobody want to hear that crap. Okay? We don't care nothing about that. Okay, if you can put together a $1 trillion military budget every year, then you're lying. And anybody that believes the lie, then they deserve to be looking as stupid as what they look anytime they open their mouth and say some dumbass shit like that. So the bottom line is that $10 trillion is not too much for America to pay. We don't give a damn about no Chinese debt and all that other bullshit. America can go into the gold reserves they got and start pulling out that goddamn gold and all them diamonds and all that illegal gold that they stole from Iraq. Okay? We don't care. We don't care where it comes from. Okay? You can start cutting Israel's motherfucking military budget, Saudi Arabia's military budget. We don't care. Okay? This is about redefining the world according to the needs of us for once in a life. So this is going to happen one way or another. One way or another it's going to happen. One way or another. All right. So, anything else you'd like to say, brother, in closing?
Well, in closing too is that,
Close. This is it.
and this is closing, this is the final message I got to say.